I got asked out on the job twice, and it was just a little bit awkward.
Should have said yeah, but probably got an extra tip.
Never have I ever eaten a customer's leftovers.
For sure.
Ooh, 100%.
I have not.
Everyone has.
I wanted to.
Pretend to like push it in the garbage and just sneak a couple popcorn shrimp.
I've even hit a cup of somebody's wine before once or twice. Come bring it to the dish area, you know what I'm saying, look around for a little bit, do a quick you know what I'm saying, then you're back on the floor.
Makes the job easier.
But then you gotta look at the customers too and be like, would I like make out with them? And that's a good judgment of whether or not I would eat their food.
If it's there, I'm eating it.
Never have I ever dropped food but still served it.
Not on the floor?
I mean, I dropped a couple of pepperonis before the pizza restaurant I worked at on the floor, before it was cooked, and then just picked it back up, threw it on the thing, and right back in the oven. So, I mean,
That's fine. The oven kills the germs.
I was just gonna say, right?
I've done it on the bench next to the plate. I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
Probably fine.
No, I
it's
dropped
clean.
it on the floor.
It wasn't like a big deal, you know what I mean? It wasn't like on a very dirty ground or anything.
I've definitely dropped food before and thought about serving it, but I just seized the opportunity to eat it myself.
Oh, they were so mean. The customers were so mean, and it dropped on the floor for like 3 seconds, and I picked it up and looked at my coworker, and he was like, I didn't see anything. And I was like, okay.
Never have I ever spat in a customer's food.
Definitely.
I have not.
would never do
I've
that.
seen it in movies, and it's too much for
No,
me.
it's gross.
Definitely have not.
Again, but like really wanted to. When they're just so rude.
Oh my God, you have?
They deserved it. This lady, she ordered very specifically, and I got her order 100% right. She wanted to complain about it because she wanted her meal for free. I said, ma'am, I wrote everything down word for word. She called me a derogatory name about my race and threw her ice at me. So when she got her correct food this time, it was a little bit extra correct.
That's fair then. If they call you a name, I get
They
that.
came at me, they threw their drink at me.
Oh my God.
What did you expect?
Never have I ever lied about knowing if a dish had gluten or some other product in it or not.
I was still in training, and she asked if the soup was vegan, and it was tomato soup, so I took a chance and was like, yeah, it's whatever. It's not. The stock in the soup is actually chicken stock, and it's tomato bisque, which is like 90% cream. Learned my lesson from that.
Anything
She's
bad
still
happen?
alive, I mean.
I feel like most people don't even know what gluten is, so when they say it to me, I'm like, I don't know. And they ask me if it has gluten. It's like, shouldn't you know? Like if a potato has gluten in it? I don't know.
I have when I was more ignorant about those things. Because I started working in the restaurant business when I was like 16. So I remember the first time I got asked that question, and I was like, I don't know. No, there's not. But then I had a friend whose mom had celiac disease, and I very quickly learned the like seriousness of it. And I was like, okay, lesson learned. I will always triple check ingredients.
Never have I ever given bad service because I thought they wouldn't tip well.
I've never given bad service because I didn't think anybody was going to be a bad tipper. But I mean, there's obviously been times where, you know, your soul's just not into it because you know they're not going to give you any money.
I don't know.
I'll be honest.
I may have, but I also haven't because this happens to me because I'm foreign.
Yes.
I notice that servers will be really rude to me from the start sometimes. Because they're like, she's foreign, she's not going to tip. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm probably going to tip better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm always right.
Yes.
I'm always right.
Never have I ever messed up an order on purpose.
What would the purpose
Yeah,
be?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what would the purpose of that be? That's gonna cause hell.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
No, definitely a lot by mistake.
I've never messed it up on purpose. I think the mistakes come from just kind of zoning out and not being focused enough.
I have definitely messed up an order on purpose because I thought the person was like a mean asshole. And I thought it was just funny, like someone had like a lot of allergies, supposedly, you know, like they were gluten-free, they were flour-free. I mean, we worked at a pizza restaurant. They ended up just doing the order wrong and just kept bringing it back. It made me laugh.
Never have I ever dated a customer.
Huh. I gotta think about that one. I'm gonna go with the safe answer here.
I have not. I wish I would have.
I have not. I've had a lot of, have you?
Yeah, I've worked in bars.
Okay. See, I've never worked in a
Yeah.
bar, so it was always just breakfast food.
Yeah.
So the type of people that were asking me out were like 50-year-olds, and
Yeah, I've definitely gone out to drinks with cute guys I've met.
hell yeah.
Never have I ever had sex at work.
That'd be rather tough. Ooh.
I haven't, but I know people that have.
I have. I never thought I would admit that. It was with an old coworker. There was no one around, if that makes up for it. No, not in the freezer.
I'm kind of disappointed for this. I feel like...
I know. I wish I could flip it around. I really do.
Right?
It's an interesting industry to be in. Sucks sometimes it's wonderful. I don't want to be cliche, but you know, sometimes you like to see the smile on people's faces. They're happy people when you're working in this industry. Sometimes.
There are definitely really interesting stories that can come from customers who are just a little bit off or super rude to you.
You should always be nice to your servers. Like, they're taking care of your food. They're working so hard.
They have power.
They're also taking care of 6 other tables at the same time.
Sometimes more.
Regardless of how much I hated working and still do hate working in the restaurant industry, it's actually kind of fun and there's a lot of good stories you can tell.
I feel like we have the same general answers to the questions, so no matter what kind of restaurant you work at, I feel like it's all kind of the same.